Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so glad you clicked this video because it's this week's episode of 90-day last result. You know what I'm trying to say. It was kind of like insane. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So the group has like a group session again about sex education. And I think they're a little bit too old for that. They should know that already. But to our surprise, not to our surprise, Ed thought he'd be funny and he started to pop a joke like the class clown.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Where do babies come from?
We're going to learn a lot about that today, I promise you. I
I
promise.
think Ed is reenacting his childhood, like his high school life, because he's in with his jokes. He's trying to be the class clown, and he's trying to like tease his bully being Jovi. And it's just like, and then Jovi's like, oh, I'm gonna beat you with they're just going back and forth, and it's just like, you guys sound like you're in high school for real. Like they sound like they're in high school and they're fighting like high school kids. So they start the group session, and it's giving like it's gonna be productive because it seems like a lot of them don't have full education on how to satisfy. And it's interesting to know. It's not surprising, but it's like, wow. But yeah. So basically, in this group session, like I mentioned before, she has a bucket and they're just putting questions, and oh my god, the questions were definitely just so funny. I don't think they had sex ed, to be honest, but they said they did. But it's shocking because the questions were honestly like high schoolers wrote them and put it in the bucket. Like, you would not expect grown men to be asking these questions, like, at all. Like, what do you mean, can y'all make it grow bigger? Like, aren't you 40? So everything just became honestly very like funny because they started comparing the sizes of their manhoods, and Asuelu pointed at Ed, indicating he had a very small one, and everyone just started bursting in laughter, and Ed owned it. So all of them were really paying attention. Like, everyone's eyes were on her, taking mental notes. Everyone was literally just paying attention, almost like their life depended on it. And Asuelo, most especially, was paying so much attention and was sharing more than the information he needed to during the session. It's almost like Asuelo never had sex ed. I think he did mention that he never had it. So he was very intrigued by everything she was saying. If he had paper and a pen, he'd be taking notes. He was definitely taking notes in his head because he was going in detail, mentioning everything. Like, whoa, bro, talking about saliva. Stop, boy, stop. Go talk to nah. No wonder he got a yeast infection because he did not get sex education. He did not get that in school. So that's why he's all in the streets doing God knows what. But good thing she taught him some stuff and he was really taking notes because he was definitely not educated in almost everything that has to do with intercourse. He was not educated. The instructor, the therapist, decides to ask them to rate their intercourse. I'm really trying to be politically correct because I do not know the restrictions, but whatever. And they rated, and she said, tell me why too, if you're comfortable. Like, you want to ruin our relationship? So she starts with Asuelu and Kalani, and Asuelu rates it a 10, but Kalani declined. And her reason is because they're not in a good place. And then Molly and Kelly. Molly rated it an 8. Interesting. And you could tell that made Kelly's day. And again, Molly is just not attracted to an unmotivated person, and she feels like Kelly is not motivated, and that's the only reason why she's not attracted to him in the moment. But he obviously is attracted to her. And yeah, I think there's something that's connecting them, like the therapist said, and also something that's just separating them. But we also find out that according to Ed and Liz's ratings, Ed is bad in bed, unfortunately.
Thinking about being intimate with Ed right now, furthest thing on my mind, because it's just really bad.
And I just have to say, like, she's really putting herself through it. She is the only one to blame at this point. Even Ed is like, go find another person. Like, she's the only one to blame because she really loves this man. She really loves him. That's all we can say. And Yara and Jovi they were very like kind of like boastful about like, oh yeah, I bet we have the best like, sex life compared to all these people here. And I think that goes on to, the fact that they are conventionally more attractive than the other couples, possibly, but or have better chemistry than all the other couples. I don't know. Yes. And I forgot to mention, due to the fact that Michael isn't here, Angela and Michael had their own separate meeting with the therapist. So they all had homework, and not the type of homework that you are thinking. It's not. And I think this episode was a whole lot of like the sex life talk that I would just definitely would have preferred to not know. Like, I could have gone my whole life not knowing, and now that'll be fine. I am genuinely speechless because honestly, I don't know if I was on the wrong website or like, what the hell was I watching? Like, WTF? Oh my god. Like, I could have gone, like I said before, this was definitely TMI. And what the hell was Asuelu doing? I worry for him. This man really took the homework to the extreme. He really said, I must get an A plus, because tell me why this man was humping the wall and the bed. Like, it's never that deep. What are you doing? This is international TV. Like, man, get your life. Get your life. So the episode ends with Kelly and Molly having a deep conversation, and it gets quite heated that Kelly walks off and he gets really emotional. She's just basically repeating what she's been saying for the past 3 episodes about how she does not feel secure in the relationship. And yeah, there's just lack of communication with them. Thanks again for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also hit the notification button. I really appreciate it. And again, see you guys next week for more juicy talks. Thank you.